You know, in a world that's always shouting for our attention and asking for our hot take on everything, there's this piece of ancient wisdom that flips the script entirely. It suggests that the real secret to gaining respect isn't about what you say, but about how well you listen. Today, we're diving into why having two ears and one mouth is way more than just biology. It's a powerful roadmap to actually being heard. And this is it. This is the core idea, often credited to the great Stoic philosopher Epictetus. And look, it's not just some clever, witty observation. It's a genuine guide for life. It's a powerful reminder that the path to real wisdom and respect, well, it doesn't start with the words coming out of our mouth, but with what we're willing to let in. The Stoics were really onto something pretty counterintuitive here. They basically said that true power doesn't come from being the loudest person in the room, you know? It actually comes from the quiet strength of just observing, from the deep understanding you only get by truly listening. But let's be clear, this is not about being passive or being a doormat. Actually, it's the total opposite. The Stoics saw this as a massive strength. See, by taking the time to observe and understand what's going on around you before you speak, you build this rock-solid foundation of internal confidence. Your decisions become sharper, and your words, well, when you finally do use them, they carry so much more weight. Okay, so if this advice is so simple and, frankly, so powerful, why is it so ridiculously hard for us to follow today? Well, the answer is kind of all around us, in the very world we've built. I mean, we live in a world that is literally noisy, so much so that the World Health Organization calls noise pollution a modern-day epidemic. But it's also figuratively noisy, right? We're constantly prodded to share, to post our opinion, to fill every single second of silence. And all that pressure to talk, it makes genuine, deep listening an incredibly rare and therefore incredibly valuable skill. And this constant urge to speak shows up in these little habits that just chip away at respect. Things like interrupting someone. It just screams that you don't value what they're saying. Constant complaining or gossiping. That just drains the energy from a room and makes people not trust you. And things like always needing approval or playing the victim. It just signals a lack of confidence, and honestly, it pushes people away. Interrupting is probably the biggest offender of them all. It's so common, but it's so damaging. When we cut someone off, the message we're sending is loud and clear. What I have to say is more important than what you have to say. It's a direct shot of disrespect, and it can fracture connection and trust in an instant. So it's a good moment to pause and ask yourself, honestly, do your own communication habits build bridges with people, or are you accidentally building walls that keep them at a distance? But here's the good news. There is a solution, and it's not just about avoiding disrespect. Mastering the art of listening actually builds admiration, it forges connection, and it leads to wisdom. This is what we're talking about when we say the power of deep listening. This right here is the absolute key. You have to understand the difference. See, most of us, most of the time, are listening to respond. We're not really hearing. We're just waiting for a pause so we can jump in and make our point. The Stoic approach teaches us to listen to understand. That's a huge shift. It's a shift from ego to empathy, from winning an argument to making a genuine connection. It's about making the other person feel like they truly matter. And it all comes back to this simple, perfect ratio. We have two ears. They're designed to take in the world, to observe, to process, and to truly understand the people and situations we encounter. And just one mouth. It's meant to be used thoughtfully, with purpose. When you really start to honor this ratio, the words you do choose to speak suddenly have this incredible weight and impact. This is the skill we're really aiming for, deep listening. It's so much more than just not talking. It's this profound form of engagement where you consciously set aside your own ego, your own agenda, and your own judgments, just so you can connect with another person's experience. And the benefits? They are huge. This practice builds incredible trust, it makes you a much wiser decision maker, and it even brings a sense of inner peace. And you see it in the real world. Leaders like Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella have totally transformed their company culture by putting empathy and listening at the center of everything. It's a true superpower in any context. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? Listening isn't just a communication tactic. It's a fundamental practice of respect, of connection, of love, really. It's how we build better relationships with everyone around us, and in the process, how we become wiser people ourselves. All right, so we've talked a lot about the why. Now let's get into the how. Here is a super simple, totally actionable challenge that you can start today to put all this ancient wisdom into practice in your own life. For just 1 week, give this a try. In one conversation every single day, commit to these 5 steps. Put your phone away, like really away. Focus all your attention on the person talking. You're going to feel that urge to jump in with your own story or your solution. Fight it. Just resist. Instead, ask questions to better understand them. And this last one is so important. Avoid giving advice unless they ask for it. So often, people don't want to be fixed. They just want to be heard. Give them that gift.
In the end, the Stoics knew that wisdom isn't found in what we're constantly shouting out into the world, but in what we're willing to quietly let in. So the final question really is for you. What new ideas, what deeper connections, what amazing insights are just sitting there waiting for you on the other side of silence?